The 36-year-old man who led authorities on a 5-hour manhunt after he allegedly abducted a 16-year-old girl from her home was charged with interference with custody, a Class C felony, but the Morgan County Sheriff's Office said additional charges are possible. According to an affidavit filed Thursday in Morgan County District Court, defendant Adam Dexter Wilson was seen walking down the street and holding hands with the alleged victim shortly after he pulled a gun and knife at the victim's house. Wilson, of 34 Vansandt Road, Lacey Spring, was arrested and charged Wednesday after a search in a heavily wooded area that involved multiple agencies utilizing tracking dogs, helicopters and drones. The girl was uninjured and returned to her home. As of Thursday afternoon, Wilson remained in Morgan County Jail with bail set at $2,500, and he does not have an attorney, according to court records. According to the heavily redacted affidavit filed by Sheriff's Investigator Caleb Brooks, Wilson entered the girl's house in the 200 block of Prince Circle in the Morgan City community near Lacey Spring about noon Wednesday and began arguing with family members, including the girl's father. Brooks wrote that Wilson pulled out a gun and knife. A family member of the alleged victim told Brooks that Wilson and the juvenile started walking down the road. A family member also told the investigator that the juvenile did not want to go with Adam, and Adam was holding, redacted name, hand walking down the road. The father told deputies, according to the affidavit, that he has told Wilson to stay away from his daughter numerous times and, redacted, was told she couldn't see Adam. The crime of interference with custody has a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison. Sheriff's spokesman Mike Swafford said, "The interference with custody occurs when he or she knowingly or recklessly take or entices any child under the age of 18 from the custody of his or her parent, guardian or other lawful custodian, when he or she has no privilege to do so." First-degree kidnapping, a class of felony punishable by up to life in prison, requires that the abductor have the intent of holding the person for ransom, using her as a shield or hostage, inflicting physical injury or sexual abuse on her or terrorizing her or a third person. The crime is not committed if the defendant voluntarily releases the uninjured victim in a safe place prior to being apprehended. Second-degree kidnapping, a Class B felony punishable by up to 20 years in prison, is an abduction. The crime is not committed, however, if there is no intent to use or threaten deadly force, or if the defendant is a relative of the abducted person. Wilson took the juvenile into a nearby wooded area that had steep terrain and caves, Swafford said.